Okay, today we're going to talk about digraph blends. Digraph blends. Now you remember a digraph is when you have two letters and they go together and make a new sound. So this PH is a digraph. Together the PH makes the sound F. And when you blend it with the R, it says fur, fur. So let's do words for the digraph blend fur. The problem is I'm only going to give you one word because most of the words which have this digraph blend, there's not a whole lot of them, but they're really hard and tricky and for grown-ups, such as diaphragm, or a chemical epinephrine, or a river called Euphrates. The only word I know of to give you is the word phrase. A phrase is a group of words that go together, but they're not a sentence. They're a part of a sentence, but not the whole sentence, such as in the pool, at the store, under the bed. So a phrase is a group of words that go together, but they're not a whole sentence. So let's see if you can write the word phrase. All right. It starts with a PH digraph with the R to make the blend fur. I hear a long A sound for A. And I hear the Z, phrase. You're going to have to decide because two letters make the Z sound. It can be a Z or it can be an S sounding like a Z. Which one did you put? It is an S with a quiet E on the end. This E on the end is what is jumping over, making the A say the long A sound. Phrase. Okay, now for this digraph blend. The PH together make the F sound. F. Now you blend it with the L. Foo. Once again, I'm only going to give you one word because the other words are big and complicated and confusing. I'm going to write it down here where I have more room. You can go ahead and write it, of course, anywhere you want. But I'm going to draw a picture of it here. Close to the ground is kind of like this little bushy thing with little flowers all over it. And they're really quite pretty. It's called phlox. That kind of flower is a phlox, spelled with this PHL digraph blend. So write the word phlox. All right, here's the word phlox. There's the PH digraph. Put the L on to make the foo digraph blend. Ah, here's the short O sound. Phlox. Do you hear the two sounds? X. But it's only one letter. What letter makes those sounds? X. The X does. Phlox. Phlox. This is the word phlox for this kind of little flower in a little bush. Okay, let's move over to the CH digraph blend. Whoops. The CH digraph goes ch, but sometimes it goes sh or k. If a CH is in a three-letter blend, then the CH will make the K sound. So when the CH is with an L, it will go cool. These are also big, hard, complicated words. But I am going to give you some because even though you won't know what they mean, unless you're older, of course. If you're older, you might. But they're not too hard to spell, so I think you can sound them out. Because this is crowded up here, I'm going to write them farther down here. The first word is chlorine. Now this one is kind of tricky. Chlorine is a chemical that they put into swimming pools and stuff to keep the germs out. Chlorine. So write the word chlorine. And odds are you will get it wrong. Here, let me give you a hint. We say chlorine, but we spell it chlorine. Chlorine, but we say chlorine. Here's chlorine. CH digraph with the L. So that digraph blend says cool. Cool. O. You hear the long O sound? Chlor. Now we say "ine," but I told you it's spelled chlorine. I-N-E. Chlorine. The I does not follow the rules. It makes the E sound, doesn't it? Chlorine. The next word for you to do is, how about chloride? Chloride. Again, that's a kind of chemical that grown-ups use for stuff. Chloride. And this one, I think you can spell this one right, so give it a try. Here's chloride. The CHL digraph blend says cool. Or I'd with the E on the end again, huh? The E's giving power to the I to say I. Chloride. Okay, the next one is chlorate. Chlorate. A big fancy chemical again that grown-ups use. Chlorate. Here's chlorate. There's the CH digraph. When you put it with a blend with the L, the CH makes the K. Cool. Or A. Do you hear the long A sound? Chlorate. Okay. Now let's come over to the CH digraph, which should say ch, but when it's with a three-letter blend, a digraph blend, it says k. Cur. Cur. Now I'm going to give you three of these words. Two of them you will know very well. You may even know how to spell them. The first one is Christmas. Oh, we love Christmas with Christmas trees and Christmas stockings and Santa Claus and Christmas presents. Right, Christmas. Okay, here's Christmas. Now I'm going to put a capital C because it's the name of a holiday. There's the digraph blend, cur, is, and we don't say the T very much, it's Christmas. 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 Okay, now if you look at this word Christmas, there's a word here inside of it. That's our next word, Christ. Christ. Okay, here's the word. We capitalize it because it's a name. That is the name, Christ. Nothing is giving power to the I to say I. You just have to remember that this one is not the standard rule, Christ. And one last word. This one is shiny metal. So you might have a fancy car that's got these lines of silver metal on them to make it look fancy. Or you might have fancy lines of silver on your ovens and your refrigerators or your toasters. That fancy, pretty silver-colored metal is called chrome. Chrome. Write the word chrome. And remember, this one is not a name. It's just a thing, but it's not a name. Here's the word chrome. C-H-R. This digraph blend makes the K sound. Cur. O. Long O. Chrome. And the reason it's making the long O is because an E on the end is jumping over and giving it power to say O. Chrome. Now we'll look at the SCH. If you notice, the CH digraph is at the end. The S that blends with it is at the front. But it's still, even though the S is at the front, the CH digraph still makes the K sound. Sk, 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 sk. So the first word I'm going to give you for this sk digraph blend is school. You go to school. You learn in school. Here is school. The digraph blend says sk, sk. Ooh, oh, school, school. Okay, the next one is when you have a lot of things to do. First you got to go there, and then you have to go do another thing, and then you have to go do something else, and then you have to meet with some other people. That is called a schedule. Schedule. See if you can do the word schedule. Okay, here's the word schedule. S, k, This E makes the short E sound. It's not following the basic rules. Schedule. The E here gives power to this U to make the long U sound. Schedule. Schedule. And our last word. It's a word which means you make a plan, a big fancy plan. Now, pirates might make a plan to get a bunch of gold and then go to an island and bury it. Or children might make a plan so that when their mom and dad are gone, they hurry and clean the house and wash the dishes to surprise them. These big fancy plans are called scheme. When you're planning something, you are scheming. So make the word scheme. Okay, here's the word scheme. The digraph will make the K sound because it's with a 3-letter digraph blend. And then it has a long E. Scheme. The other E is on the end. The E on the end will be quiet, jump over, give power to the other E. Scheme. My scheme is to teach you how to read words. Okay, let's read through these words now. Phrase, flocks, chlorine, chloride, chlorate, Christmas, Christ, chrome, school, schedule, scheme. Okay, those are the digraph blends that are not commonly used, that we don't use as much as the others. Okay, until next time. Bye.